And we're back.
Hello and welcome everyone. It is Thursday, and once again we are here to continue our game of Tales of Vardin here on 2B Dice. We're excited that you're joining us today for the continuation. Um, go over who we have playing with us here today. My name is Chris. I'll be your dungeon master this evening. Let me see who we've got next to me here. Our lovely Daddy Tarzan will go right across the top there.
All right. How's it going? All you wonderful 2B Dicers, it's your boy, Daddy Tarzan. I will be playing William the Great Powell, a disgraced naval officer turned pirate, and the reluctant shepherd of the Chaos crew. That is his crew of the Pale Lady. We're just trying to fucking survive. On to you, Taylor.
Hello, my name is Taylor, also known as Nerdy Pinup Girl on most social media platforms, mainly active on TikTok and Instagram. If you like cosplay, D&D, just random stuff that's just all around nerdy, feel free to give me a follow. But today I am playing the wonderful, the fabulous, 7 foot tall, buff muscle mommy Grendel Fialova, who is venturing through the abyss with quite a crazy misfit crew, as Tarzan has explained, to get her goth tiefling girlfriend and her lovely Helene back. And it's going down to some of the final moments, and I am very excited but also terrified to see what happens. So I guess we now go on to the fabulous and chaotic Nog.
uh, Hello, everybody. My name is Lee Newcomb. Please, I have no socials or anything like that. I'm just a fun, average guy among really cool people that decide to, enjoy my chaotic nature. But I come to you with Boar Beneath Cruel Fish, Sharpen in Drugar Fighting Pits, and Sacred Fires from Another Plane is your most favorite Nog, the cute, chaotic little fun Zytera of hell. But with that, I will pass it on to the lovely Dia.
Hey guys, I'm Dia, also known as DFL.cos on all social media. I play our lovely, mysterious entity woman figure known as Yvette, whose story we are all discovering along together as we delve deeper into the abyss. I don't know
Hello,
who's
I
after
am.
me, but
Sorry.
Hello, I am Sai. I'm playing Emrys, the sorceress rogue, who, uh, if he is lucky enough to get a tombstone after he dies, will read Father, Friend, and Idiot.
Oh.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, we don't have a Matt, also known as War Tour Knight, across the interwebs, but they will be returning at some point to play with us once again. If you like what we do here on Thursdays, you also like some of the other things that we do here on 2B Dice. We've got some games coming up. The next one will be Tuesday. It'll be Edge of the Empire with our DM today, Tarzan, H855, who runs that game wonderfully. So check in on that. It's always a good time, and it's a nice change of pace.
Really killed my
into
players
Star Wars
last
here.
time. Hopefully, we'll get
Yeah.
another close call in the next episode.
One can only hope. Um, but I guess with that, I guess it's my turn to see what happens here on DB Dice. So strap in and let's go. So last we left our party, they escaped the Palace of Still Time with a couple memory shards and returned Yagnos to him before entering the mystical cabin that our dear Emrys has provided through a magical key. During that time of rest and relaxation, some discussions were had, some planning moving forward, some of the burrs that had been under some of the party's saddles kind of smoothed over and talked out. As this happened, um, Emrys had been poking around, investigating this new space, and ended up finding um, a hidden away library behind a secret panel. Upon opening that panel, some golden marbles fell out and rolled across the floor, and the party gathered them up. Yvette dropping one into the bag as Grendel held it in her hand. And as the party is moving around the cabin, doing their investigation, and this marble comes in contact with the rest of them, a partial face begins to emerge through the marbles as they begin to move and form, and a voice calls out, saying, "Hello, who's there?" And that's where we pick up today.
Sword? Is that you?
I do say, old chap, that is definitely not me.
Who's holding the marbles? Is it Grendel who's holding the marbles?
Grendel is holding the marbles. Yes.
Okay, yeah. As soon as this thing shots up and just starts talking, she just goes, "Hello. Oh, what exactly are you?
Um, Gibbons.
Gibbons? So
Right?
go on, Mr. Gibbons.
It's a bit tight in here. Would you mind maybe parting me out, perhaps?
Nog looks up to William and go, friendly or no friend?
Randall's
It's
also gonna look to William.
who's looked up from his searching of the library, confused by the fact that there's a voice coming from the pouch that Grendel's holding.
We have talking balls.
Pour it out on the table, please.
Grendel will do as she's told.
As the marbles begin to roll out into this pile, they become a little more fluid around the edges, kind of like water droplets merging with one another. As before you, a small figure forms, about a 3'4" gnomish individual, with an incredibly long beard that wraps around his arms and ankles. Ah, well, I do say that's a bit better of a fit right there. Oh, oh, it's been a while, hasn't it?
So cute.
Right, so who are you and what are you doing in my house?
I am Grendel. It is nice to meet you, Mr. Tiny Person.
Dibbins, Master Dibbins, Mr. Dibbins, give us whatever have you.
Uh,
Okay, Mr. Gibbons, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Mr. Gibbons. Very sorry, mate, but I think you've been in there a while. There's been a change in ownership.
Change in ownership. Excuse me, pardon. How?
Well, I purchased the key.
Right, so, all right.
You have to explain
How long have
how.
you been in there? Do you have any
He
idea?
looks around and goes, trying to find, let's see. And what year is it now? What day? And he turns the dial. Uh, you see this individual go pale for a moment. Oh,
He goes and interacts with the dial.
yeah.
I go, we're currently in stasis due to advanced elements outside. Just don't set us out of it, please. Before we speak, please.
Not to be incredibly rude, as we just met, my dear boy, but this is my house, right?
Uh, I
Right.
paid the gold for it. Change of ownership. You know, you were gone a long time. Technically, it is my house, but I'm more than willing to transfer it back to your possession if that is something. Once uh, world-saving things happen.
As you're kind of talking over this, you see he's listening, but he's not really listening. He's doing mental calculations in his mind, thinking about everything else.
You could explain how the fuck you ended up in our possession as a pile of marbles for quite some time.
Oh, yes. Well, one question at a time, right? So the first one was how long I've been in there. Um, I've been in there and I've been here and I've been there and I've been everywhere for about uh, 29 years. Right. So Um, yeah, where do I start? Where do I begin? I'm a wizard, right? So, as wizards, I don't know if any of you are, or if any of you have ever really read any books. And he looks William up and down. Um,
That's the ladies
my
on the
course of
table.
study, my course of study, deals with transmutation, things that are living or dead or changed or changing. So that's sort of what I do, deal with, and well, I guess my tenure wouldn't really work if I'm 29 years late for work. So I guess I was a professor at the Magisterium in Grindstone at one point, but of course that was some time ago.
Ooh,
I mean,
about
don't tell
that.
someone about my
Things have
resignation because
changed quite
So
a bit
Nog
in
is
20.
transmutation wizard too. Make dead, make more dead, make paste, sometimes food.
right, yes, the changing molecules. That's a brilliant mind we have here, of course.
Nog's ego is boosted for the rest of this game. Thank you.
It kind
So
of
as
explains
far as
how
your
you.
question, as how I ended up into those individual bits. It's a transmutation experiment that I was working on, if I remember correctly. I've been thinking about it for the last 29 years, so I should know what happened. Yes. So instead of a Demus rat's hair, I used a coarse devil's rat's hair, and that's where it went wrong. So, as someone in my pardon me, I seem to have still be missing a few of my marbles. Uh, as someone that deals with research and transmutation, there's rarely enough time to get everything done. I found myself overworked and underpaid, as most professors do, but also wanting to continue my work out of passion while still desiring perhaps a day at the beach for myself. So I tried to figure out how to be in both places at the same time. And at first it was working. But then I found myself spreading myself a little too thin, putting myself too many places at the same time. The theater, the beach, on a hike in the mountains, in my study, all at the same time. And in doing so, I miscalculated a few things and poof, my entire existence wrapped up into tiny little orbs of magical light, right? So, easy. Any further questions?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No
Neither
further
do I.
questions, sir. However, I feel that catching you up upon worldly events of the last 29 years or so would be pertinent to this conversation. Would you mind if I?
Right. Go ahead. The place isn't as dusty as I thought it'd be after 29 years.
Well, we clean a bit.
Oh, thank you. Have you
Um,
been into my laboratory?
I don't think so. We found the library and the
Library.
dial.
Okay.
Um,
I guess I'll check on those
so
things after you catch me up on what's happening. So, do tell, good boy.
we all are in stasis right now to take some much needed uh, vacation downtime, some time away before we fight Vorek Ball to save the world. Not to cut it right to the point.
Right.
More along the lines of
Well,
saving reality, as opposed
Yes.
to the world.
See, the Magisterium has been co-opted by elements untoward within the last 29 years. And a terrible plague is spread throughout the world of demonic origin. and the pieces of the Paragon have been scattered, and the world of magic and mundaneness has begun to unravel.
Hmm.
It's been our job for the last, what, several months to put it all back to rights.
Nog's gonna tug on William's coat. Thought job was kill things you feed Nog. When Nog say save world, what's save world?
The place that we call home. All of our family and friends reside. Those of us that have friends.
Friends, family, Nog's here. So Nog's world safe. Yes.
For now. For Vorax reach extends beyond just Vardin itself. So I doubt he'll stop at just Vardin.
That Nog's gonna wander around the location for a bit then.
Okay. So what you're saying, let me. It would seem that our world is in a bit of a bad sorts, but not entirely out of the ordinary, as things constantly change and are changing constantly.
Hmm.
One thing, fighting for a ball, fighting. How do you intend to fight something?
I was planning on putting my barrel of my ladies in his mouth and pulling the trigger.
I was
Right.
also possibly planning on cutting off his head until he tells me where my Helene is.
Right, so they're
Right.
very one-dimensional. However, I stopped time outside of this dimension so that we could figure that out.
Which, by the way, brilliant bit of improvisation there, calculating the space-time between the astral sea and where do we find ourselves now? Because it is
The
transportable.
I think technically you would call it the abyss.
Oh, good. Oh, wonderful. You guys are fantastic. Real
Oh,
treat,
thank you.
honestly. I guess there could be worse places to be, especially. Actually, you have given me a great idea. Let's see. So, just out of curiosity, just for my own research purposes, what do you hope to achieve by fighting Rock Ball? Extraction of some sort of uh, 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 research of some sort, or
Extraction of a person.
a person.
It's not the only mission. We're trying to stop
Yes.
the apocalypse that is taking place on Vardin.
I think the two might be more one and the same than you believe.
Well,
Well,
currently, Mr. Balls has my greatest love, Helene, and also on top of that, he has been sending like decaying gooey stuff all throughout the world, and it's been destroying the whoosh. And from what I've been at least told, and from what I have heard, all of existence. And so, yeah, we're trying to stop the apocalypse, but at least, and also save my Helene at the same time, while also killing Mr. Balls.
For context, the whoosh is magic.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I
whatever
think
that
I can track that part. Uh, what I'm not understanding, I don't think, is why you're trying to remove a force of nature from the world. I mean, obviously, if things go too far to an extent, there is no balance there. But you're talking about removing half of your existence to save the other half, right? So I guess I'm just confused. Obviously I haven't been there for 29 years. I don't have much of a stake in any of this. So
Wait,
I'm really just trying to understand
what do you
your.
mean? What do you mean? Removing half our existence to save the other? If we
kind of
destroy
first-
Volrek Ball,
Sorry, go ahead.
what is Volrek Ball?
You found my library, didn't you?
Well, we barely
Just
found
started. We were working
Oh,
on learning what we can about Vorak Ball.
well, a great deal of my research involves the the changing of molecules and the decay and decomposition of things. That, if nothing else, is the bottom line of transmutation, the changing of
it.
one thing to the next, life and death, really. So much of my research has been around that sort of thing. Um, let's see what's
Uh,
left.
well,
If you
so
found
if
it, then surely someone else has found my library. There might be tomes missing. I should go and look and see if everything is still there.
Are you
I'm
saying
sorry,
that
what did you say?
Volrek Ball is the edification of decay?
So you did read my books.
What?
Which
No.
one is it?
I'm just taking from context of what you're saying.
are you saying that we can't destroy Mr. Balls without destroying part of reality?
That is plausible and conceivable in many uh, circumstances.
Well, the
I
transformation
see.
thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Yvette.
Yvette, you feel the weight of her gaze on all of you individually as she asks, "What do you know of Vorak Ball as this foe you do endeavor to defeat? What or who were you under the impression you would be battling? An entity, a fiend?"
Oh, that was directed to nothing. We know nothing.
Oh,
Yes.
I just thought you were all rather bold. You are so sure of yourselves.
No, we kind of
That's
rushed
one
in
thing
here
about my
half-assed
brain.
and nearly died several times.
Yes.
And I've been trying to keep these
Bold and
guys reined
stupid
in a little bit.
often a very thin and mixed line.
This
I
guy
always
over
thought-
here pledged his soul to killing devils or whatever, failed in that endeavor. This one saw a chance to run into the abyss and took it, and meanwhile I had just had a lobotomy. So things have not been going very swimmingly since we ran down here.
But lobotomy, I'm afraid not one that we have time to discuss in full detail.
Magically speaking, he's fine.
Right.
Miss Yvette. I always thought that Mr. Balls was kind of like an extra gooey monster with like all the goo monsters that he made and everything. What exactly is Mr. Balls? Like, I know he's like a bad guy, but I thought he could just be something that we can like hit and cut and whatever.
Well, suppose you could. There's very little stopping you from hitting and cutting what you please. Suppose it'll be a question of how effective would that hitting and cutting be. Firstborn of Mayella, daughter of Zion. If Mayella were to grasp Vardin, Baal consumes her. Baal wishes her place, light and dark in battle. If Mayella falls, Vardin falls. You seek to defeat the son of two primordials. I believe that is where the concern is arising.
Well, with Mr. Gibbons, if defeating someone like Orak Ball possibly could be very bad, and like Miss Yvette said, if they are like the children or sons of the lady who makes Vardin, what if like what is it uh transmutilation, transmutation, instead of killing Mr. Balls, what if we like transformed him into a nice person?
What if we just gave him a stern talking to and a smack around the bottom?
I wasn't saying that.
See, now that is actually a very interesting theory. Tell me more about this apocalypse that seems to be occurring. What are some of the symptoms that the world is having? Let's see if I can recollect some of my research here. This,
Uh, Magic is being unstable. Pockets are opening to other dimensions, planes of existence.
and where do you
Uh,
think magic is going? It's becoming unstable.
from what we experienced, it was just
Siphoned.
becoming.
Somebody's siphoning
Uh,
the
yes.
the weave.
Happening and where
Gods have been affected by this siphoning.
great gods, perfect. And what about people, humans? Are there any
Being transformed into aspects of what are they called again?
Monsters.
Aspects of Vorak
right?
Ball.
Okay, so physical manifestations, right? Rot, rot is not destruction; it's transformation without permission. Now that is where you come in, I believe. People like yourselves that uphold light in life constantly, heroes, perhaps, um, adventurers to most people. Um,
Eh, adventurers more.
Yeah.
interesting. So these these aspects of Vorapal, would you say that they retain uh, much of themselves in their transmutation?
From our experience, not they don't maintain any individuality.
Interesting.
Uh, would you say? Would you characterize them as attacking others? That even the ones they love after being changed?
It's what we saw in Greenport and time again in the mines.
Right.
And has there been any sort of uh, capability of returning to oneself?
Not that we have
I
discovered.
Not that we've seen. No. And you must understand it is the magisterium from a large part spreading this uh, plague, wanting for it to go faster and consume
Interesting.
the world.
It was originally spread through elixirs, potions of healing.
Which were
Right,
sent
right.
out by the magisterium.
Huh. I was studying at some point or another uh, an ooze in my laboratory, and it wasn't it wasn't how do I say this? It was Goodness, I really have lost my knowledge.
When you say that, are you being literal? Can we find them?
Oh,
He starts looking around the floor.
I can see them right now. There's a couple in the bottom of the ocean, and that's probably the ones that I need. Unfortunately, it's fine. An ooze that learns is not like an animal.
It's like a mushroom.
It's an idea wearing flesh, right? So how do you fight something that's conceptual but it's made reality? Am I making any sort of sense? I feel like I'm not. It,
Well, it's
I gotta
it's
roll me
impossible
up.
to fight an ideal because an ideal's by its very origin spreads.
right. I had a theory about this. I had some interactions with this ooze. It was someone else at some point. It was pieces of various things, an amalgamation all at once. A quite nice individual in and of itself, but from what I learned from it, it wasn't a victim of rot and decay and the passage of time. It was an extension of a being. And that's where my initial the transmutation research ended up taking off, really, is trying to find the source at which this amalgamation of things came to be something else.
Are you speaking of stone, floating there in the bottom of the magisterium, leaking a black liquid? No chance.
No, I'm talking about Frederick, my pet ooze that I had for many years. He's probably not alive. He hasn't eaten in 29
I was
years.
looking at fucking Nog right now.
Hey Chris, you might want to look in DMs while that's happening.
Oh, Jesus.
I just saw it.
What have you done?
What is he doing? Eyes locked on.
I'm terrified.
Well, there's two things I need clarifications for. The first one is that bottle one, because that's kind of important.
It is not.
Oh, thank God. Okay. The first one, what can I sniff out?
What can you sniff out while you're going around, sniffing around the place here? A few things. First and foremost, the moldy old parchment is the thing that kind of permeates the air through here. A bunch of dried herbs, a faint smell of ozone, vinegar, and whetstone. Those are kind of the main things that you are able to sniff out here.
Ozone means outside. Nog's gonna go outside,
Oh, shoot.
and then y'all may continue.
But he's gonna go outside. He can't go outside.
Oh, I don't know if there's outside. I can't see.
He's
I'm
gonna
just
go
sniffing.
toward the ozone.
Going
means.
towards the smell.
Oh, okay. Right.
A bottle of lightning, I'm assuming.
No.
So I guess at this point in time, I mean, ultimately you all can do what you want, right? Uh, but fighting something like Rock Ball is an interesting concept to me. It's been a source of study for me, not super in depth on a demonic plane material. That's more for the dark arts, but more of a transmutation perspective and analysis of planar biology. That's That's where my course of study lies. And perhaps I'm not understanding the gravity of the situation, not being able to experience it myself. But you all seem very convicted as to eliminating this entity. I understand that they have taken something from you, and by all means, you should chase them down and get it back. Of course, that's a very mean thing to do, is take something that doesn't belong to you, and I would definitely ask for it back. However, the implications that trying to kill this thing would bring about is
Right. So
right.
then, do you have another suggestion for us?
No,
Like we
honestly,
contain this being.
it would take some time to do more research, understand exactly what's happening, and try to reverse the reaction that's currently happening.
Well,
There's something, and you can look at this from. Go ahead.
we have infinite time.
Right. I mean, after all, I mean, time is just another form of matter, so we can transmute it back and forth between. Yeah, it's. You can look at this from different perspectives. You can look at it from a religious perspective, a scientific one, a spiritual, emotional one. But everyone eventually comes down to one of two things: a struggle against one thing against the other. The oceans against the sand and the rocks, right?
Right.
The light against the dark, the yin against the yang, push, pull, light, dark. Myla versus Zion. I mean, it's something that permeates our whole existence, and us in the middle finding balance in it all, which is one thing that inspired me to start studying transmutation in the first place, is finding a way to tip the scale, and once it gets heavy on one side, twist it the other way around. I'm not sure of anyone's intentions at this point. I don't even know if you're good people or not. I just know you're in my house.
I
William
think we're really good people. Sometimes questionable, but I think we're good people. We're trying to save Vardin. We're trying to save our home. Isn't that a good thing?
So you have the
Brenda's the
best
only good
intentions,
person
of course.
in the group. Well, maybe Miss Yvette. I don't know. Not certain on her yet.
I think Miss
but,
Yvette is very nice.
She's a very lovely person. But we're not fucking monsters. We're not going to let the world just be devoured. So,
right.
We're all right, I guess.
Well,
so
my library and laboratory and my study are open to you, I suppose, to use as you see fit. I would just say to take a moment and really think on repercussions of your actions as they unfold later.
What?
It seems that you're delving into some very
I would love for us to take a moment to think about our actions and the repercussions thereof. That would be great.
Mr. Gibbons.
Right.
By chance, do you know this really nice dragon man named Mindoran? Because he's the one who originally sent us on this mission.
Mindoran. Yes, I'm familiar with the fantasy character known as Mindoran.
He's not fantasy, he's real. He talked to us. We got to visit his library and all that fun stuff. And no, he's like a real dragon person thing. He's the one who told us to fix this in the first place. He said the
You
whoosh was
like your
broken, and we had to find these things. And she holds up the buckler, showing one of the amber paragons.
It's a very nice shiny rock, and I would like to look at that more in depth, perhaps in the future. Who
Okay.
am I to say what sort of story and fantasy one chooses to believe,
no.
and get them through their
It's
day,
not
right?
believe. It's
So
real. William was there.
And you were there? And you were there?
Grendel, like, immediately, she just kind of seems genuinely upset that this, like, thing of marbles does not take her seriously when she says that they have, like, were sent on this mission by Mindaran. Because she thought, like, hey, if, like, I don't know if Mindaran's a wizard, but, like, they are obviously knowledgeable in the whoosh, and so she thought maybe this guy knows Mindaran. No, she's now very kind of upset that, they, like, when they think Grendel's lying and is just making up fantasies, she's just gonna kind of, like, just pout. She's gonna look at William. She's like, "You were there."
Yes. You don't have to believe that what we experienced is what we experienced.
and if you say you did, you did. That's not for me to decide whether it's
But
true or not. Uh,
you present us with the thought experiment of if we eliminate Black Ball, we possibly unravel reality as we know it.
and if nothing else, peruse the library, go through the planar biology, the decay and composition section, the aberrant life section, and the ooze studies, and perhaps understand a few things about creatures that you'll encounter along the way before you get there. That's all I can really help with at this point. It seems you've made up your mind to do some damage to whoever is in front of you, and to that I say, tally ho, and go get him.
Well, magic's not my forte,
Yeah,
but I like to learn about the enemies that I come across, so I will take you up on that opportunity to learn some more about what I can do. That being said,
I would prefer to acquiesce the state of Helene, figure out if there is any way to undo anything that Vorek Ball has maybe done to her, and then return her to the material plane. Hopefully that brings an end to whatever he's done to our world, and then we can be done with it. We don't have to destroy him at all. But it seems like less likely than an altercation.
I doubt we'll be able to just walk in, take Helene back, and leave without having some type of altercation with Vorak Ball. And I honestly don't see us any outcome of us surviving in an all-out fight with this individual.
I was going to make this powder that's basically weapons grade itching powder. But yeah, you're probably right.
We need, regardless, to take time to figure out our next course of action. We cannot afford to be rushing in any more into an encounter that we are completely unprepared for. So, Nog, whatever the fuck you're doing that's not here in this room right now, find your way back over here. The rest of you,
wait,
make preparations.
I didn't notice he wasn't. Yeah, where'd it go?
He smelled something and now he's wandering. The rest of you, make preparations. Find out what you can. Little wizard man, if you have the ability to make any, since you're a transmutation expert, if you could find a way to strengthen our arms as he points at his ladies on the table. That would be
Did we
brilliant.
take a sample of the what people were turning into?
The abyssal aspects, yes. Nog, I know you still have that.
Dog.
Nog, you have found your way into the laboratory, which is where the ozone
Fuck.
um, uh, smell is coming from. Um, most of this is decrepit. Most of the shelves that had glass containers have, due to gravity and just age and time, have kind of broken down. So a lot of the glass containers that were all over the walls are broken or empty. There's some green liquid on the floor, a few smudges of black. A few of the containers are still intact that have floating organs. Some have weirdly preserved pastries in them. Um, Others have some translucent worms and other bits of unidentified flesh in them. Several of the containers are cracked, and one seems to still be moving.
So good I can't see any of this. Um, any of is the moving one making a sound?
Um, yeah, a little squishy sound.
Want to go investigate that. So, what is in front of Nog as he approaches the swimmer? And is it small enough and light enough for me to possibly carry?
It is. It's small enough for you to carry. Um, and it says, "You seem hungry. I am hungry too. We should find something to eat." About that time, you hear uh, William calling for you.
Hmm. Homeboy was speaking my language.
You motherfucker.
Hungry like Nog too, but Nog is hungry. What is name?
You've picked it up at this point.
He would in order to kind of hear and try to like see what it is that he's talking to. I don't know if you're saying it purposely that low, because I can barely hear you.
He says, "I am Nog.
I am Nog.
I am Nog."
Hmm.
Interesting.
Come with Nog. And then Nog's gonna shit, Nog doesn't have that. He's just gonna carry it in his arms. Just trot back. And the whole time is saying, Nog found Nog. But there's only one Nog. But now there's more Nog. More Nogs to
It's two.
ooh,
There's
be
gonna
better
be
than
more
one
Nog.
Nog.
Nog, whatever it is you're holding, put it down and let's see the goo that you've been holding on to
Now I gotta roll memory.
that I told you to
Fuck.
get rid of back on the Pale Lady.
So when you mentioned that, Nog faintly remembers that time of his life, but he will kind of scratch his head with the jar in hand and go, Nog remember bright light, and it protect Nog in bright light, make dark. Nog don't know where it went, but Nog found Nog as he holds up the jar.
The fuck is that, Nog?
It's Nog.
What are we looking at?
Nog.
As he holds up the this jar, it is a very familiar black ooze. And as he holds it up, it kind of slumps to one side of the glass towards you, as if drawn to you.
We don't like that.
Right.
You don't like Nog?
Nog. Put it. Nog down.
Nog don't
Please.
go down. Nog
No,
only
you
kill.
put other Nog down.
Oh,
Please.
well, Nog hungry like Nog is, so Nog's go
Right,
find
we'll
food.
get Nog some food then.
That Nog.
Both Nogs. Would you like food, Nog?
Yes.
Put other Nog down, and we can go get some food.
But Nog needs food too.
You let
Nog
that
will
thing
get
out,
food with the
Nog. We're
others.
gonna have a problem.
Let
It's the
what out?
same.
Nog's already out.
That bottle
Nog
you have in your hand
very
is the same thing we've been
confused.
fighting this whole time. Do not let it out.
Nog will look at, well, no, shit. Nog will attempt to look at Jar, and go, is Nog friend or foe?
Nog is friend. Nog make more friends.
No. Is that thing talking to you?
Nog is out of character. Nog is seeking expert opinions. In character, Nog is talking Nog, yes.
It's not going to tell you the truth, Nog.
For context givens, that is what we've been fighting this whole time.
Oh,
Yes.
so Nog kill Nog?
No.
Leave it
No.
alone. We need to study it.
Set it upon the ground, Nog.
We need to learn our enemy, Mr. Nog.
Nog is going to sit on the ground with Nog and rub his head. Nog very confused with not tiny words.
That's all right, buddy. Let's go get some food, eh?
Nog not too hungry. Nog brain hurt.
Right, go lay
Nog
down
is
for a
very
bit, and we'll
hungry.
get some food after.
Set the bottle on the table, and I'll give you my flask back.
Spicy water?
It's rum, but yes.
Yeah, he's gonna not let it drop. He's gonna put it on the ground and rush over to where he assumes is the flask of of William. He's just trying to like force it off of you at this point.
Grendel's going to escort Nog away from the from whatever Nog was holding. And she's like, "Come on, Nog, let us go enjoy spicy water." And she's going to allow William and Emrys and whoever else to handle the wooshness while the two dingleberries go off and do dingleberry shit.
William tosses
William?
Grendel
Okay.
the bottle, the flask. But make sure he doesn't.
Grendel
break it.
grabs it and she pours like she pulls out like one of her yellow
Don't
cups. that
break
she-
my flask of endless alcohol. I will be upset.
I won't. I will play bartender. I used to work at the brewery, you know. I am very good.
I was more
bartender.
so referring to Nog. Don't break my flask.
So
Well, you
Grendel,
tossed the glass to Grendel, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
We're wrestling for that flask there, Grendel.
Basically,
Nog
what I was
wants that real
worried
bad.
about is him fucking trying to arm wrestle you for it and breaking
Well-
the bottle. or the flask.
So I don't know if there needs to be a roll for this, Lee, or not, but Grendel is currently, she's just like extending a hand out. And it's like kind of like that scene to where like the short individual is like trying to like hit
Oh yeah,
or like grab the bigger individual, and Grendel's just holding him by his head.
yeah. Don't worry, I'm not going to even roll for it because at this point you have Nog's undivided attention to try to get to that flask.
Now, Nog, you want spicy water? Yes.
Nog wants spicy.
Okay. Now, Grendel is going to feed you spicy water, but we have to be responsible with spicy water. So Grendel's going to pour us each a glass, and then we are going to sit down and we are going to eat and drink like civilized people. Do you want food with spicy water?
So Nog is going to go down memory lane when Emerus was talking with him. And he's going to look to Grendel. Nog, except on one condition.
What is your condition, Nog?
If Nog get flask, Grendel put flowers on Nog. Make Nog pretty like Grendel. Yes.
How about this? Nog does not even have to be pretty, and Grendel don't put flowers on Nog, while Grendel just makes sure she pours drink for Nog. Nog gets to enjoy spicy water, but still not have to endure flowers. But Nog must only drink spicy water when Grendel says it's okay. Deal? You have to drink. We drink with friends. We drink like friends. You and me, we finish one glass together. And once both of us finish our first glass, then we go for second glass. Do you understand, Nog?
I am nothing, and
one.
we are not the same
Nog
conversation all
hold
over again.
glass. Nog agree, and then Nogs go right back to where other Nog is because that is a glass container, and he is going to attempt to bring it back to Grendel.
William had already picked it up.
And-
William had already picked it up.
I have special glass for Nog. See, and she's gonna pull out like this kind of like rustic looking. God dang it, I don't have my Claybeard mug with me, but it's gonna look like just like a basic. And she goes, "What am I saying? Nog doesn't even see it. He's blind."
As soon as you start pouring out, you do see his ears perk in your general direction. and
That's
he's just gonna
not the
come right
glass you
back.
want to drink from. Grendel has glass for you. You don't need to get glass.
William, I swear to everything.
Nog agree, but Nog get however much Nog would like. Yes, yes.
We
Nog
made
be
the
good
deal, remember? Once we both finish our drink, then you get
Right.
other drink. And
For fuck's
Grendel
sake.
is planning on literally drinking her glass as slow as possible just to keep Nog distracted. And that's kind of going to be her thing. She's like, once we both finish our glasses, then you can get another glass. But Grendel has glass right here, and she's already pouring the alcohol, being like, come on, Nog, let's go. Come on, Nog.
You just see Nog with the grabby baby hands at Grendel, just gimme, 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 gimme.
Come over here. She's gonna like usher him over. She's kind of gently sloshing the mug for him to hear the water, like the liquid moving inside
Oh,
of it.
he's locked in and ready. He's following you like a little puppy at this point.
Okay, now one thing I do want to do, I would like to only fill up the glass like halfway, and then possibly, and if Nog wants to make a roll for this, she's gonna fill half of it with water, so Nog does not get drunk as fast or like gets as tipsy as fast.
Damn it! I was hoping to get unconscious this game. I'm trying to get
You
Nog
can
wasted.
roll a deception check.
Okay.
Because Nog's had this before, but I gotta roll at disadvantage because his memory is shit.
Okay, so what was that? What was that roll, Chris?
You don't even have to worry about
Deception.
rolling. Nog rolled, and I quote, a -3.
Hey, Grendel rolled a 10, so
Easy
I lied.
enough.
Alright.
A -2. I'm sorry, I can't math.
okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, Grendel brings him over. She sits him like, I don't know if there's like a little side table anywhere, but she's gonna come and sit down, Nog. We're going to hang out, and we're going to we're just going to enjoy our drinks. And she hands Nog his glass, and she pours herself like half a drink, and she just slowly sips on hers. But before she does that, she raises the glass and she takes Nog's glass that's in his hand, and she brings it up to her. She goes, "Cheers!" And then she just kind of gently like brings both the glasses together, and then she goes, "Now we drink." And she takes her first sip.
As soon as they leave the room,
Oh,
Emrys turns
if
to
Emrys does leave
William.
the room, yes, she'll
Emrys
shake
turns to William
Nog.
and says, I swear to everything that is holy, if we don't get that thing a fucking bell or something, so that we know when he leaves the room.
Funny, I was thinking the same thing for you.
Well, that would be counterproductive to my stealthiness.
Mm. Then I would at least know when you take off to go make deals with devils and spirits and shit. It's not. It's a
don't know.
joke. It's a joke. It's fine. We're fine. I'm nearly dying every time, so can we focus on the task at
Yes,
hand?
please.
I need to know everything you know about this little fucking bastard in this job, as he turns to Gibbons.
Oh, that's that there would be Fridge. Looks like he survived.
Right. Is it reversible? That's the one thing we need to know.
Well, I'd have to use the separator to see.
You, I'm sorry, a what?
An ooze separator. I have an essence distiller, a living transmuter, a matter recombiner, and a transmutation apparatus in my laboratory.
You know what? Walk me through it as you do it. I'm fairly intelligent. Just a sorcerer, so my magic, works off my blood. So I'm not incredibly smart.
Wait,
but I can
hold
try
that
my
thought.
best to follow.
Hold that thought for a second. What do you know? This type of creation was used in the process of creating me. What do you know of human experimentation with this type of element or substance?
With this sort of highly irregular, very frowned upon, of course.
The
and
lobotomy that I was
anything
referring
possible.
to unlocked memories of my creation. That I was once an aspect of Oracle, given human form. As far as I can
That's true.
tell.
Throughout my research, this is kind of the end of all things. The last step in matter is this, as he points to the ooze in the bottle.
That's encouraging.
Now, reversing it would mean that it would be cyclical, coming back round to a cycle of living as an individual rather than an essence of an amalgamation. Your memories, how far back do they go? Is your inception of creation in your mind, or is it you've always been?
I can remember being in a vat of liquid. Time, I can't really discern, but it feels old. Like a long memory lost.
Right, that. So that. Come with me. And he waddles through to the. If you
I'm
came into
so
the cabin
scared to
door,
fucking go down
just
this road
off to the
again.
right, just off to the right, you enter into this laboratory. Bunch of stuff, just the chairs and stuff, just on the floor,
Mhm.
cobwebs everywhere. Uh, Not something that's been ransacked, just something that has been let go for a very long time.
Uh-huh.
Books and papers, bottles and glasses. As he goes over to one of the corners and takes a blanket and unveils this pod, a sunken in sort of egg sac
Mhm.
that looks very similar to what Xenia had been in underneath the city of Embershard. When you say a vat, is this sort of what you remember? And as you look at it, it's very similar. It's much more crude. It's much more organic. Yours
Mhm.
was much more refined, something with glass and uh, metal, but still maintaining some of those organic features as most of the structure. Um, the internal uh, uh, portion of it contained in a viscous sort of membrane.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll confirm it, but give those details to him. The similarities, but also dissimilarities. But yeah, overall, just kind of walking him through the memory and what he saw during those flashbacks.
Interesting. So someone has sought to make it cyclical and not linear. Very interesting. Hmm, That does concern me a bit.
What
Who
does
has the bottle with the ooze in it?
William does currently?
Would that maybe have pissed off an entity whose sole mission was to keep the cycle cyclical? Doing said experiments?
Said experiments. I mean, someone either had to be very convincing or very powerful to obtain that much support
Well, the Midnight
without
Court is very
interference.
influential in Vardin. They've been running much of the behind-the-scenes events taking place.
Let's see. And he takes another sheet and kind of pulls it over a bunch of metal and glass clings together as he unveils this little apparatus, kind of like a centrifuge on the middle of the table. Let's see. And he starts tinkering on it, beginning to fix some of the bent antennas and
Mhm.
replacing some of the cogs, working quickly. And a few months go by, and it begins to spin a little bit. That should work sufficiently. Give me that, Frederick. Come here. Right. This is probably going to hurt you more than me. And he dumps it out into the middle of the century. It begins to turn. The ooze splats against the outside of the current container as it begins to spin faster and faster. You begin to see it change color from a dark inky black to more of a translucent blue to a pale green, yellow, and then it begins to separate. The ooze begins to take on aspects of metal and bone and plant as it separates out into 5 or 6 individual little pieces before all of them begin to siphon this golden yellow light through various veins to the center of the centrifuge as a small little ball of light begins to form and glow, very similar to the pieces of the Emperor Paragon, before it all collapses in on itself as this inky blackness just begins to overtake everything and snuff out that light.
Interesting.
Oh. Fragments reunite instead of separating out into their individual components. Right. I believe you've already tried to tell me this, but it would appear to be that there is an incredible imbalance between life and what is not really even dead, but it's changed. I'm not sure there's a way to turn it backwards. And inside the centrifuge, it comes to a stop as the ooze, dizzy, you can kind of see it slump down the sides and down into the middle.
Mhm.
And William, you hear a voice come from it. And it's not the usual thing that you've heard from the aspects or the prophets of Warrock Ball, this deep, disembodied voice that seems to come echoing from all sides with many voices. It's just one small voice. And it says, I see you. And I'm waiting.
Do I recognize that voice?
No,
Oh.
but a chill runs up your spine as the glass of the centrifuge shatters and it lashes out. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm standing right there too. Can I gust cantrip it?
You may.
I'm at 2 levels of exhaustion right now.
I
What
was
does that do?
waiting for something like this.
I
so
thought
that's-
with the kind of rest we had, I thought you only had 1 level of exhaustion, if I'm not mistaken.
We've only done a short
Or-
rest. We haven't done a long rest yet.
Alright.
You said a saving throw, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm fine. We're fine.
It too must make a strength saving throw or be flung
Okay.
across the room.
I rolled a 19 for a +7. That's gonna be 26 dexterity.
It's 15.
15 fails. It is flung 15 feet, I believe. Medium or smaller creature is flung 5 feet away. Creature small, 10 feet away from you.
We're gonna go ahead and
Within
cast
so-
command on that ooze. I'm gonna tell him to grovel. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Give us time to attempt to recapture it.
That is a 19.
Fuck. Anybody have anything to make him roll?
What was your dexterity save, William?
26.
26, perfect.
Just turns to Emrys as he commands the ooze to grovel. We need to capture it again, now.
What kind of flooring is on the floor here?
Just wood panels.
Fuck. Shit.
I am going to maintain distance and have the ladies ready, but I'm not trying to kill it.
Capturing's not really my thing.
Wait.
I'm.
Is the ooze still moving about?
Yeah, so it lashes out, breaks the glass. Emrys gusts it away, which it causes it to miss William. However, Gibbous Divins rolled a 1. And if there's anything else in this moment,
Somebody
No?
please capture this thing.
If it's sorry. Upon seeing that the ooze does not grovel, Yvette is going to try cast command freeze. Wisdom saving throw 20.
There we go. Double dip.
that is an 11. As it freezes, you see it have like 5 spines out and all inside Gibbous Divins. And he is dead.
Gibbons is dead?
Gibbous Divins is dead.
Oh, fuck.
That's not an idea.
Dead in the last minute.
It is frozen.
Revivify.
I got an empty bottle of potion of healing greater. I'm gonna toss it to you, Emrys.
Right. The capturing, though, we only have moments.
Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to get close. I don't want this thing
Get
touching me.
the creature.
I will mage hand the spikes out. Where are we going?
Into the bottle. Put him into the bottle.
Into the bottle. Mage hand the lid.
While that is happening, Yvette is going to go to a very recently deceased creature and see if she can cast Revivify. You touch a creature that has died within the last minute, the creature revives with 1 hit point. The spell cannot revive a creature that has died of old age, nor does it restore any missing body parts.
Can Grendel hear what's going on from the other room? Like, or some kind of commotion going on from the other room?
There is a kind of like the sound of broken glass, a few bits of metal clanking on the floor, something very abrupt. For a moment, a little bit of a scuffle, for sure, is what you guys can hear while you guys are taking those drinks with Nog.
Okay, I will say, so, yeah, Grendel doesn't have any, like, other charges in her buckler, but she will, upon hearing the commotion, she is going to first she's going to take the flask with her, leave Nog with his drink. She's also going to leave her drink. If he wants to take that, then that's fine, but she's also going to place a flower crown on Nog to just try to, like, incapacitate him if possible, and she's going to just kind of stick her head in the other room and be like, what is going on?
Is the thing sealed in the glass?
You have recaptured the ooze, for sure.
Oh, good. Sorry, bit of a scuffle there. Go back to your drinking. It'll be great.
Okay. And Grendel's gonna go back in. She's going to then remove the flower crown from Nog's head, and she just taps her glass against his and then takes another sip.
A quick
He immediately
question.
starts to rub his head in all the mold so he can get the flower scent off of him.
Just a quick question for clarification. Gibbons, was he a flesh creature, or was he just a formation of marbles?
He's flesh and blood.
Okay.
Yvette, as you reach out to cast Revivify, usually there is a tether point, something to pull on to return. There is no such strands to pull as you cast Revivify. He does not resurrect.
Yvette sounds puzzled as you see her sort of leaning over Mr. Gibbons' body, and it looks like she's pulling on things that are not there. And as she does so, each member of her party might feel an odd sensation, just going with each tug. And then it's discarded, and it fades.
Ooh.
That is odd. We are not finished with you. Why are you not here? He
Did
is
he
gone.
not come back?
There is nothing to return.
You
This
did
is
say
highly
Right.
unusual.
As I remember it, these things have a bit of an effect on the people they kill. Should we maybe contain his body? Because will it not soon be the same as the other aspect?
Though the Revivify did not work, in that attempt to channel a return to the side of the living, is there any indication that after the attack from the ooze that there's been any intrinsic change that might lead to something undead or something soiled or otherwise desiccated?
blackening of the
I can roll an
fingernails,
Arcana,
the tips of the
yeah,
fingers usually
Arcana
turn
or
black.
religion or whatever, just to detect any changes within the wheel of energy that was this individual.
William would help with that.
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana.
With William's assistance, thanking you. That is a 23 with advantage.
23. You get the sense that you're pulling, but instead of there being the life force of Gibbous Dibbins, there's something else in its place that doesn't want to be pulled on. And as you look at his body, the extremities of his fingertips go dark black and gray.
Uh-oh.
The veins in his neck and around the puncture wounds begin to blacken and spread rather quickly.
Can we find a bigger bottle? Something?
Shit. I got nothing. We got
There are a few
got
canisters, nothing the size of a gnome. There's
sacred.
a few cabinets in there that you could probably stuff them in. There's the
We
pot
just torch
in the
it.
corner.
Torch it.
Yeah.
Torch it. Just torch it. We gotta burn it.
Yeah.
May I cast, if there's no one within my immediate vicinity other than the now turning individual, I would like to cast Word of Radiance in an attempt to almost purge the transformation while it's ongoing before it's completed, if it can make me a Constitution saving throw of 20.
That is a 12.
It takes 14 points of radiant damage. As this white flame just erupts from around Yvette, and it looks like for a moment while that spell lasts that she's a figure entirely encased in this white flame.
So,
I do have a question. And granted, I know Grendel isn't in the room, but if any of the characters possibly, if this is like metagaming, please let me know. Due to the fact that Grendel, literally with the size that she is, also working at a brewery and having her brewer's supplies, would anything of her brewer's supplies possibly be gnome shaped that she could possibly fit the gnome in if anyone were to call out for her? And be like, we need a bigger jar or something.
A
I
cask,
don't
a
know.
cask.
Or like a keg or something.
The gnome would probably
come-
fit the big, yeah.
Someone please call out to Grendel. Eva does not know she worked at a brewery.
And like I will say, Godie would know, but because like literally she used her brewer supplies to make that icky medication to shove into his mouth. I don't know who else was there. If William was there, or I think the other person possibly would have been Xenia, who is dead.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been William. No.
Okay, well, I tried you guys. Sorry.
Emrys is going to pull out the weave eater and is going to stick the tip into the body where the blackness is spreading.
Okay.
I know you're helping me with my thing. Can you eat the thing that's trying to take his body?
I mean, it might have to put yours on pause, old chap, but I can try.
Go for it. I let
It
go of it.
pulls off of your curse mark, and you turn full tiefling.
Yeesh.
As you stab it in, the pink blade for a moment is encased in these black veins as it crawls up momentarily, almost all the way up to the hilt before it begins to recede, and it is continuously eating away at that. That combined with Yvette's ward of radiance, you said it was?
Word of Radiance, yeah.
Uh, After a few moments go by, the transformation seems to subside. Once the weave eater applies itself back to your curse mark, you return to your previous semi-transformed state.
That's a neat trick, mate. Neat trick.
What?
The horns.
What? What's a neat trick?
Points at your forehead.
He runs his fingers through the smoke. What?
Anyways. Now I'm curious as to how that shit would work on me, but I don't have the time to experiment that far. Is he still lost to us?
Whatever was left of him has been purged, along with the entity attempting to take over.
Very well.
Could we try to heal him again? Revivify. Now that it's
I don't think anything short of a more costly spell is going to rectify this. We don't
Too
have
much
to.
time has passed.
Scroll.
We can preserve his body and wait for appropriate time to either bury him or make another attempt to bring him back, but
We need him.
we don't have the means to bring him
In which case, I can cast Gentle Repose.
back. That should work.
There is a spell that would allow his corpse to be preserved for several days at least.
Let's do that.
He should not rise again in that time.
Keep him preserved for now.
You touch a corpse or other remains for the duration, of which it is 10 days. The target is protected from decay and can't become undead.
Oh, I wonder if it would have worked, but initially, if that would have worked initially or not. Interesting. We might have to experiment with that next time. If somebody goes down around us after being hit by the ooze. But yeah, William's gonna help relocate the body to a more dignified space, not on the ground. And then he's gonna go back to research on Borak Ball in the library, that specifically the areas that Gibbous told him to look into. During that, he's going to cast Find Familiar to bring out his cat, Tater, who is just going to constantly rubbing up against his legs as he's reading, paw at his arm, and yeah, sit in his lap on occasion.
As Gibbous is propped up in a more appropriate location when that spell is cast, it sort of manifests as this creeping spread of, if you're familiar with the interior of gemstones, some certain quartz, that initial druzy quality of a very small, tiny crystal beginning to creep over the body occurs until the entirety of him is encased in that protective crystalline layer.
That's fucking cool. I like that.
I love that.
That was my last spell slot until a little short rest.
Right. Well, I suppose there's still the library for information.
I suggest we take shifts in research. Those of us, the rest of you, get some rest. I'm going to take the first shift and start reading into this.
Chris, can I ask how many drinks have Nog and Grendel had?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Oh, lovely. That's a 4.
Okay.
But I will
By
say
now,
Grendel is actively trying to not, like, she's drinking slowly because she even told Nog, she's like, you don't get another glass until we both finish a glass. So that
yeah.
is how she's doing it.
I'm taking these
Nog
back
thinks
like
he's
shots.
had like a full 8, but you've really by now only had 4. You've been spacing it out, watering it down, and kind
Yeah,
of
I've been watering it down.
Thank God I
using
got
that deception
but
roll to extend what he thinks he's having, which is always more.
Okay. Does Grendel
so
need to
glad
make
I got
any
that
sort of
flask.
saving throw or anything? Because she hasn't
No,
watered
no,
her
that's
down, but has been taking her time.
you've been taking it slow. You've been watching it. So I'd say for now, you know what you can handle, and that's fine for now.
Okay, cool.
At this
Grendel's
point,
just going to. I'm sorry. Go ahead, William.
I was
Or
just going to
Tarzan.
make one more point to Emrys. Whatever is in that bottle recognizes me. Don't let it come near me again.
Right, we're just going to gloss over that concerning statement. I'll find a nice corner for it to.
So do
lie
not
in
let
for the
Nog
rest
get
of
his
this.
hands on it either.
Right. Fucking hell.
If you hear
It might be
voices from it,
something
don't trust it.
You want to let Grendel know as well, but
Yeah. I'm hoping that word gets passed around. but yeah.
He will find a place to hide this bottle in this cabin that is so fucking insanely hard to find, even through smell.
Emrys, roll me an investigation check for me, please.
Worked out well the last time. Let's run it back. Dice, right? We need dice. Why don't we have dice ready? Uh, 12 plus 5. 17.
Okay. As you're looking around for a good place to hide this, you've seen a couple places that might work. And just as you're about to kind of solidify a plan of where to put this, a wall shifts and a staircase rotates up and around to take you to a hidden study that is now attuned to open only for you.
See, this is why I needed the gnome alive. Damn it. Alright. And he will take it down there and he will close it up.
Before you close it up, as you're about to, you get the same message that William did. See you. Waiting.
I see you too, you creepy fuck. Like, mage hands it away a little bit. Goes back up the fucking stairs.
That's reacting to all of us. Okay. Well, even more of a reason to keep it away from Nog.
Y'all need to start notifying Grendel of this, because Grendel is fucking babysitting Nog at this point. So if Grendel has no idea, she's not responsible for if he gets a hold of this. I'm just letting you know.
Well, now it's in a chamber that is only attuned to Emrys, so that's good.
Okay, all right, as long as Grendel don't have to deal with it.
But yeah. Yeah, William recommends everybody start getting some rest. He's going to take up first shift to continue research into the Black Ball, and then yeah, that's my plan of action for the rest of the scene.
DM, how many beds are in this place?
As many as we want.
Yeah, there's
The
enough.
floor is a
There's
giant
enough
bed.
for everybody to have some.
Emrys finds just a vaguely bed-shaped thing and fucking down for the count.
I will say probably once like Grendel hears everything calm down in the other room, she's going to just kind of tuck the flask away, and she's gonna, okay, Nog, well, that is all the drink. And she is going to be like, we need to go to bed, Nog. And Nog's gonna do what Nog's gonna do. Grendel can't control that, but she is probably going to take her time to, she's not gonna go to bed immediately. She is going to take her time to go over, clean out her cannon, polish it, and she's going to probably extend the like netting bag that she has for her cannonballs. And she'll probably stop by Emrys, who Emrys still has the portable hole, correct?
Nope, that's back in
Oh.
No,
Emrys has
well,
a bag
sorry,
of
not
holding.
sorry, yeah, it's the bag of holding
Right,
to
yeah.
where all her ammo is at and everything. She's going to make a bit of a larger one, because I believe the one that she has only holds 8 cannonballs right now, to where she can like keep on her side. She's gonna see if she can extend it to 10, if possible. That, or she's just if she can't, she's just gonna reload her cannonballs, reload the 3 that she can in her cannon, and just make sure it is in pristine condition, as well as sharpening and taking care of her other weapons, and kind of slowly processing everything that happened and decompressing for the night.
would
She's
say-
not exactly ready to go to bed yet.
I would say, you go, like, you start rifling through the bag of holding. He goes, Grendel, what are you doing? Go to bed.
I'm not really tired right now. I'd rather make sure that my cannon is ready and I have like the proper ammo and everything. And it's always good to be prepared for before everything. And I know nothing's probably going to really happen that much, but I want to at least make sure that I have everything prepared. And then afterwards, I don't have to worry about that. I can just worry about, whatever plans and stuff that we have for whenever we, fight against Mr. Ball.
Grendel, we have an infinite amount of time in here.
Well, yes,
Get some
but
rest.
I'll get some rest when I want to, Amraz. I appreciate you looking out for me, but
Okay, alright, I'm gonna get some
I'm-
rest.
okay, get some rest. I'm just, she's literally just gonna grab the cannonballs that she needs out of it, and she's gonna give the bag of holding back to Emrys so he doesn't have to worry about it. And she's just gonna kind of go off on her own.
He, like, you give the bag of holding back, and he, like, cuddles it. He's had this bag of holding, and it's been his entire world. It's the thing he lives out of for, like, the longest time.
She didn't plan on keeping the bag of holding. She just wanted to get the cannonballs she needed for it out of it.
He doesn't even, he's unaware of you. He just does it on instinct.
Aw.
Emotional support bag of holding.
Yeah.
But as soon as she gets the cannonball, she just like hands it back to him, and she's like, "It's okay, Mr. Emrys. Here you go. I'm gonna go back and tend to my cannon." And she's gonna start like just be cleaning her cannon and just decompressing for the night. She's still processing everything that's happened, like with the talking marbles, everything like that, Nog. And she also kind of wants to sober up a little bit before she goes to sleep.
Yeah.
When
Dog's
you go
pissed.
back to your cannon, Grendel, Yvette is sitting next to it, waiting for you. Do you have a moment, Grendel?
Yes, and I will say this is just above table. I really need to use the restroom. I would love to continue
That's
this.
okay.
Just let me use the restroom real
Okay,
fast.
I'll wait for you.
Because I know
We
this
pan
is
to
gonna be a
Nog.
moment.
Oh,
Yes.
We pan to Nog.
Yeah, having watered down spicy water from what he remembered last time, he's just pissed. Didn't get the same effects. None of that. So homie is on an active manhunt for any inkling of alcohol. It doesn't matter from what source at this point. He is actively foraging for alcohol.
Perfect. Give me an investigation check, please.
He sucks at that.
We're going to assume that you're using scent. So
If it's scent, there we go.
Yeah.
Nat 20 for investigation, so that is a 19. Nope, 18.
Grendel has retired to prepare weapons and her cannon, and is now in conversation with Yvette. Emrys is fast asleep, and William is deep into research. So nobody is watching the Nog right now. You have found the secret wizard stash of alcohol.
I'm gonna fight you, Chris.
Of alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
not watered down. Probably 5 full bottles of whiskey, 14 bottles of wine,
God damn.
and probably 10 bottles of beer.
So
various drafts.
I'll get my Constitution saves ready once you get to Yvette and Grendel,
Okay.
because your boy's going to be rolling a lot.
Yeah, give me 3 of them and send them to me privately. And we pan back to Grendel and Yvette as she sits down, and Yvette is waiting there next to her cannon.
Hello, Miss Yvette. And she's gonna start wiping down her cannon, pulling it apart, wiping off her cannonballs, loading her gunpowder, everything. Are you okay? Are you sleeping all right?
Fine, I just wish to recognize that you did well in that battle against the Titan. You should be quite proud of yourself.
Thank you. I will admit, I think I might have gotten a little bit too passionate. I'll be honest. For a moment, I thought we weren't going to make it out of there alive, and I think it's because I tend to get very emotional when not only when it comes to my Helene, but when it comes to this situation in general. The whole, world going into the apocalypse and things like that. Like, I mean, like, why would they want to bring my Helene back from the abyss? If I'm bringing her back to a world that is going to be destroyed, then I feel like maybe I might possibly be a part of that. Granted, I don't know how it's going to end, but it's still nerve-wracking. You did good too, though, Miss Yvette.
There's never any need to apologize for passion. It's what drives us to protect our loved ones, to take action, to do things we might not have considered otherwise. Never regret that. Seeing you reminded me of something. Someone.
Ooh.
I had a daughter. I cannot recall her name or what she looked like. Only that it saddened me to see her. She was the spitting image of her father. But at the same time, it gladdened me because she was mine. And strange, isn't it? The heart remembers what the mind forgets. All that is to say, if there's even the smallest chance in the world that she might have grown up to be like you, I think I would have been quite proud of her too.
Randall just kind of tilts her head to the side as she... Can I, and upon her saying this in this moment, I don't know exactly what Grendel would roll for this. Can Grendel roll for something that represents familiarity? Like, because I would say I myself have a lot of thoughts right now. I'm not going to say them at the moment. But can Grendel roll for, I don't know if it would be like a history check or if Grendel, like recognition.
Yeah, roll me an insight check.
Okay, before that, can Grendel just kind of move on? She's like curious about Yvette mentioning her daughter. And she goes, tell me more about your daughter. I bet she's really lovely if she's your daughter. You seem like a very lovely lady.
She must have been. She made me happy, so I imagine she made others happy. I must have left her too soon. She remained while I left. She must have stayed when I was gone.
Remained Where? Did you leave her to go to the abyss when you went on your adventures?
And you see her fighting almost this block of what she can't quite grasp. She hasn't replaced her veil, so you can see her face quite clearly, her brow sort of furrowed in frustration. Yes? Perhaps? I must have. She's not here.
Well, what exactly do you mean by not here? Like, obviously she's not in the abyss.
It's odd. There is parts of me that feels like, yes, I left her, but it was not of my own volition. It could not have been. But then another that says, she could not be here. Would she have existed? No, that does not make sense. I remember holding her. She was smaller than what we would have liked. We thought she might pass.
Do you remember what your daughter looked like? How it felt when you held her in your arms? What was the feeling of that? Did you feel happiness? Did you feel confliction, confusion? What was the one? If you could remember anything about your daughter, something that almost glows or sparkles in your mind, what would it be?
Dread and concern.
What would that be?
No. But it passed. It numbed. And it must have gotten better. She smiled, and it was like the crescent moon on a summer evening. She had such white teeth. I lived to see her smile again. Do you know how that feels?
Randall kind of chuckles for a minute as she kind of looks up a little bit. She rocks back and forth as like memories like glimmer through her mind. And she goes, a sun or a smile like a crescent moon on a dark, starry night. I've seen it quite a few times. Something to where someone thinks that they don't show as much light as they think they do. My dear Helene, she is this beautiful, deep gray purple tiefling. And she always surrounded herself by these beautiful flowers. Because she felt like she didn't have a beauty of her own. She always, sometimes, felt, ever since I've known her, she's sometimes it seemed like there was a darkness around her. And then when the darkness took her, part of me wanted to believe it, but the one thing I always remember when I think about my Helene is her smile. Her beautiful dark gray skin, and how her teeth just broke through the darkness. They're like the reflection of light, like it is off the moon whenever it is peeking through the clouds. It had this most beautiful glow to it. And I was always told that the moon doesn't make any light. It is the light that is reflected off from the sun. It's what my papa always told me. But I always thought that my Helene was the moon and I was the sun. And maybe we made each other glow in very spectacular ways. And she had the most incredible, bright smile that shone through all the darkness. Even when I had darkness. Kind of like when the sun went down. If I was the sun sometimes goes down, but she was the one who lit up the night. Always. With her smile. In the darkest times that I have ever known. And honestly, if your smile is the one thing that you could remember of her, of your daughter. Sometimes that beauty is hopefully reflected off of everything else that you see around you.
I do hope she grew up to be kind, like you, in such a way that that kindness does not fade.
I see that. If she was raised by you, I'm pretty sure she is kind. And even if you're not quite sure, like, why you're here or why things are the way that they are, they at least are trying. Just because someone doesn't understand why things are the way that they are doesn't mean that they can't choose to be kind instead of just be angry about not knowing what it is. And hopefully, if she's anything like you, then maybe she understands that, adapts, and just hopes to carry on that kindness.
It is a cruel world, Grendel. It's good that there are still souls like you who may navigate it without turning to cruelty yourself. Regardless, even if my girl is lost to me, I hope you find your Helene. At least one deserves happiness at the end of the story, no matter what the final chapter may bring. You must excuse me, I have a terrible headache. Must have been that parasite. And then she just takes her leave, sort of muttering to herself.
Miss Yvette?
Hmm?
I hope you have sweet dreams, but also know that I hope by the end of this journey together, maybe there's a reason we found each other. I'm trying to find my Helene, and maybe you're just trying to find your daughter, or whatever you're trying to connect to, and whatever it is you're looking for, really, in the end of all this. I hope you find it too.
Thank you, sweetling. Rest well.
Good night, Miss Yvette. Grendel will go back to finishing her canon stuff.
As your conversation concludes and she walks to the other side of the cabin to rest, you leave the conversation having a sense that her words have certain familiarity to them. Her tone, her cadence, the way she speaks. You think back a moment when Yvette said that she was smaller than they had hoped. You remember a small detail that Helene was born small. Now, many children could have been born small. That was just something that her child and Yvette had in common. Maybe they could have been friends as you go about your business. Cleaning your cannon. A 9 insight was just not quite enough.
Okay, yeah, I figured. All right. I was thinking about doing something passive, but I feel like it would have been possible. So here's the thing. I was given some information by Dia as to in the I'm just gonna message you. Let's continue on the role play. I will message Chris and yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's continue on the role play. I will message Chris.
Yvette, as you find yourself a bit tired, worn from just a simple conversation. Perhaps it was the spells that you had performed earlier, just a long day overall, just a lot happening all at once. But you feel very drained, and in this moment, you feel confused, disoriented. As you look down at your hands, for the first time, they don't seem familiar.
She sort of opens and closes her hands and makes small gestures, forming just trails of magic and light in their wake. And for a moment, she wonders if she had used one of her abilities in which she looks through the minds of others. And did she do that earlier? Is this someone else? Is she borrowing their eyes? Should she return to herself? And in the process of cutting off what would have been that connection, she finds that it's still there. If these are not the eyes of another, then whose? And that splitting headache just gets worse.
It gets worse. Your heart begins to beat into your ears. And the next thing you remember is waking the next day with everyone else. William, you've taken the evening to keep a lookout of the cabin, even though it's fairly secure. Old habits die hard. But you have plenty to do as well in the meantime. Plenty of tomes to look through, all categorized and alphabetized, but reading probably hasn't been your favorite pastime, especially when they're extremely wordy and not a whole lot of pictures.
What are you trying to insinuate?
You settled in to turn some pages and hopefully learn a little bit more about the enemies ahead and what can and can't be done, possibly. For a moment, you hear scurrying around the wooden forest creek momentarily. You hear some glass bottles clink together, and you send your familiar out to see what is happening without while you continue perusing this well-stocked library. What is it that you're looking for in particular? Is there anything, or do you start just alphabetically? There's alchemy, corporeal transformation, decay and composition, planar biology, transmutation. It's just all alphabetized, but it's all pretty much all under one course of study.
Yeah.
The overarching theme of the library is transmutation.
Right.
But there's a few other things in there as well.
Gibbons seemed to.
I think you're muted. I keep you.
Oh shit. Gibbons seemed to have a lot of the discussion seemed to allude towards decay and composition. So I think that's probably where William would start. Start with that. See what he can learn about the process of that, and see if there's any familiarities with how the aspects of Vorakbal operate, and then he just work his way through any like keynotes that stand out in this book, try and find a correlation with another one of the tomes on the shelves, and try and expand upon that, especially on terminologies that he's not familiar with, which, I mean, a lot of this is none of his field work. I mean, he specializes in battlefield tactics and battle formations and whatnot, so transmutation magic, not really his thing. So he's basically trying to give himself a crash course on the whole transmutation field.
Okay. One of the tomes that stands out to you most naturally is the natural philosophy of decay, kind of like a elementary style book, very dry and very wordy, but it goes into detail on the ordinary observations of decomposition. So stuff that you like wouldn't normally know. Ways to speed it up, like heat and moisture. Fermentation is in there, a small section of that, which has little notes next to it written in the margins that give you a specific page and chapter in a different book, but it is a cookbook. That small little fermentation section will take you over to another book in this library if you so choose. And lots of these books have little side notes and markings in them of like references to connect the dots between one thing and the other. You can kind of follow Gibbons like thought pattern as to where he would jump to next.
I think that would be the natural path for William.
Natural path of things would kind of guide you through the library. Some of them kind of end up as dead ends, just mere like curiosities of like, oh, hey, this was kind of cool, or ooh, I kind of want to make, kimchi, or just these stupid ideas that kind of branch out from different areas. And you begin to learn a little bit about his pattern. Some of the terms that you pick up from this particular tome are some of the phrases that he even used. At the end of one of the paragraphs, it says, "And so we see that flesh does not disappear; it becomes something else. Rot is not deconstruction, but transformation without permission. Permission granted by who is the next little like write in, which will take you to the next tome." The next section of the book discusses creatures that continue to change after death. So the decomposition of like dead animals and fruit and so on and so forth. The book notes that ordinary decomposition follows predictable rules. However, magical decomposition will not follow those same laws of nature. Certain corpses won't. he lists out a few of the species that don't naturally decompose like human corpses or something like that.
Yeah.
Various different species. And he calls those in that book persistent matter. The book contains sketches of oozes, fungal masses, swollen corpses, gelatinous parasites, and creatures with organs that have been replaced by translucent membranes. The little note that says creatures that continue change after death, who that one takes you to a second tome that is kind of more towards where I think the party is wanting to find information on, which
Okay.
is oozes. This next book is called On Gelatinous Life and Its Unnatural Variations. So while that one was like more wordy and kind of tough to get through, and just like a lot of stuff that you kind of already knew, like things die, decompose, go in the ground, and the cycle continues. This one deals with a little bit more um, what I'm trying to say. A little more technicality. Let's just put it that way, I guess. In this book, they discover that some oozes weren't just simply monsters. To many people, oozes were, for the most part, just kind of like snails in that respect. Not a huge issue, but could be cultivated into something much more of a problem, like a gelatinous cube or something of that nature,
Yeah.
and grow over time into a problem. So measures had been taken to kind of cull their behavior on the material plane.
Right.
These creatures demonstrate memory, territorial behavior, learned responses, rudimentary communication, imitation, and cellular adaptation. One of the experiments found in this book is one that a researcher had a captured ooze and was doing various tests on it, eventually touching the ooze with their bare hand at one point, to where the ooze transformed into an identical copy of their hand, and strangled them to death. There's a catalog of unusual specimens in here, some that look very similar to some of the crawlers that you found in Greenport, but not as aggressive looking, if that makes any sense. Rounder edges, just a little bit more docile. And where it began to get more dangerous was these things becoming more tiny and translucent, being invisible in water. Have you seen those round spheres that are clear, and when you put them like in water, it looks like there's nothing there, but when you like put your hand in and bring them out, it's all there. Yeah.
Right.
So this one definitely details a lot more of oozes and categories around that.
Set that book off to the side.
That one takes you to a field note, field guide, specimen K17, where they were growing oozes outside of their home plane, and detailed in this was a pod very similar to the one that is Gibbs-Stevens laboratory. Much smaller in size as far as the dimensions, but they're these pods are described as incubation chambers, or chrysalis.
Or what?
A chrysalis, like a caterpillar changing into a butterfly situation.
Gotcha.
This one specifies that the pods themselves have a sentience to them that is beyond the creatures that inhabit them, leading to further research on, again, who and where. So this is kind of where Gibbous Divins is delving into, trying to track down where all these things are coming from and extend his knowledge of the transmutation and the rot and decay behind everything. You continue through the night, pouring through and books, and you come across a personal journal of Gibbous Divins. The handwriting is frantic towards the end of it. Most of it is detailed notes from all the books that you've already read. And it says, "I have discovered the source." The next sentence has been scratched out, and then another. She is not an ooze. She is not a demon. She is something that existed before the distinction mattered. Creatures call her Ball. I need you to make me an investigation check, please.
Ooh. Oh, man. Okay. This is gonna suck, because this is an ability check and I have exhaustion. So, we'll roll a disadvantage. We're going with you. We're gonna go with the 7. Investigation. Fuck. Okay. This is going to be a 14. No. Investigation. 10 plus 1. 15.
15?
Yeah.
At the back of this particular book, there are 3 series of numbers that seem to be a safe combination. As you look, you eventually find a hidden compartment in the library behind one of the bookshelves. You put in the code, you open it, and inside is a box that is lead lined.
Interesting.
Front, there's a 3-dial combination code on the box that is all in abyssal runes.
All runes. Interesting.
All
Okay,
3, yep.
this is gonna be a goatee experiment. Anything else?
Just the lead line box with the combination code on the dial on the front of it.
Lead. Okay. Gonna set that box on the table. Continue going over the books. How long would you say at this point I've been researching?
I'd say about 4 hours at this
About
point.
4 hours? Okay. William does need some rest. He's fucking hurting, so... he's gonna leave out all the books in order that he's investigated so far. He's gonna leave out a note on top of the box saying, "Do not touch. This is for William and Godey's investigation only." And then draw a pair of glasses on it, just in case Grendel decides to touch anything and sees the note, and then she sees glasses, and then, you know, hoping she'll put two and two together and be like, "Oh, I need to put my glasses on. Oh, I shouldn't touch this thing." After that, I'm gonna go wake up Emrys. Have him go, and then go over everything that I've investigated so far, where my investigation has taken me, and where I left off, and then show him the box. And be like, not to insult your intelligence or anything, but I would prefer that we leave this box to be left for both Godey and I, for the time being, until we learn more. So last I need is a cloud kill being let loose in the cabin again while we're all trying to sleep.
Right. Okay. I was having a nice dream. Thanks for waking me up.
Well, I need somebody to continue researching, and you have the next best option, as Godey's currently indisposed.
Ah. Very well. I shall wade through the dry tomes.
All right, I'm gonna get some rest.
What have you gone through already? So I'm not...
He'll point out the 4 books that he's looked into so far that are laid out on the table. Most notably, the Gibbons journal itself.
He will look at the 4 books, and then he looks at the library.
Yeah, that's a lot, but let's focus mostly on the transmutation that Gibbons was talking to us about. I wasn't really listening to most of it because it's all gibberish, but
Right.
I tried to pick up key notes, found some interesting facts. The one on this journal is kind of interesting. It does talk about Vorak Ball and her existence. That's interesting. Does it say her? Vorak Ball is a woman, or she? Her? It does. Okay. Interesting. I was operating under the assumption Vorak Ball was a man. A damn dirty man.
How sexist of you, William.
But Gibbons has some interesting finds. Just continue looking, follow his thought process. It can be a little chaotic, but I feel like if we follow his thought trail, we might discover something useful.
If we can follow his thought trail, that is.
It was
Really should have worked harder to save him.
maybe. But I'm gonna get some rest. Tata is, as she comes curling around the corner, between Emrys's legs, is going to keep you company, and she'll wake me if anything, any fuckery is discovered.
Glorious. I have a cat babysitter. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
It's more so for Nog, but he passed out from all the alcohol that you found.
Right. Okay.
He's in the back of the
I'll get
cabin,
on
by
it.
the way.
Good. Someone should keep tabs on him at all times.
That's what Tater was for. But just give her a call
All right.
if you need anything. I'm going to bed.
Good idea.
And with that, William goes to retire for the evening.
Emrys will begin to pour through books. Yay.
You follow pretty much the same path that William had up to this point, kind of ending up where the lead line box was.
Nothing that William missed.
Fairly thorough. Is there anything in particular that you were looking for?
Research-wise? Alchemy? Poison creation? Learn as much as I
Entire
can
alchemy section. Yeah.
in this period of 8 hours while everyone is resting.
Yeah. If you delve back into the library and go through the alchemy section, you learn quite a few different ways to work with materials. So when you get ready to mix your own, you have advantage, and you can add an extra die roll to something. Whether that is like a particular damage type, or if you were to create like a health potion, you could add an extra d4 to that.
Well, you know what I'm looking to make.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's damage or poison, then you add die. If it's something with a DC save, then you would add an extra point onto whatever that is, and we can go over that at a different time. But going through these particular things, it giving you different like tips and tricks to work with different materials to get the most out of them is kind of what you find there in the alchemy section.
Perfect. That's it for me. I don't have a whole lot of interest in researching.
Okay.
Rude.
Roll me a quick investigation here.
Okay. And when I say he has no interest, I mean he really wants out of this room. He's
That's
itching himself to get out of the fucking books. I rolled a natural 1 plus 5.
beautiful. You don't seem to find much of anything else. It's all very dry, wizardly research. And half the time you're thinking, why can't I just do this, this, and this, and be done with it? You know, instead of the multi-step, faceted magic system that wizards tend to use. In the meantime, every once in a while, you hear in the distance a couple things. Bed springs, as if someone is bouncing on a bed, and as if muted through a wall, a drunken chant that is Nog's war cry that seems to get quieter and more slurred as it goes along. break, bleed, bite, tear, and it goes on as he's having the time of his life, honestly. With
Thank the
the
gods it was Nog making the sound, not someone else.
That's just
Came back at the
Tater's.
best moment
My
to that.
mind went
Thank
to
you,
very dirty
Chris.
places.
No, don't you dare.
Tater's just sitting on the nightstand next to the bed, just staring blank faced at fucking Nog, just like, this is my life. I have to watch this guy.
It's like Rafiki bouncing on the branch. Asante sa,
Asante-san, what-
Uh, is there anything else that you guys would like to accomplish during this long rest?
I will say, one thing that everyone can probably hear softly echoing throughout, just anywhere, especially, I don't know how far Yvette is.
What?
Do just
Yeah.
that Yvette had talking about her daughter
You're getting very
and
robotic,
telling
Taylor. I'm not sure
how
if it's just
Grendel
me.
It's me too.
okay, am I still
A little bit. I
okay,
think your
give me,
internet might be hiccuping.
okay, give me a minute. Is this any better?
Yes, indeed.
It is? Okay, all right. Give me just a moment. Now I know I need to just look this up on my tablet because I had another tab open and that's why it's probably why it was acting the way it was acting. But as you guys are probably doing whatever you're doing, you would just very much hear this very soft singing like a lullaby. Hold on. I need to look up the lyrics again on here because I can't do it on here, obviously. You will just hear, and this is again, Grendel just is kind of remembering after talking to Yvette. For some reason, this lullaby just kind of brought her back to what Helene used to sing for her. Like day after day, every time she would be braiding her hair, weaving flowers into her hair. And it's just like, I'll fly for you, my child, my love, sweet dreams to you, my only one. I'll fly for you, my love, sweet dreams, my only one. And she just keeps going through and singing this again and again. And I've definitely botched the melody because I didn't have time to learn it, but it is just the same similar melody and lullaby that Helene told her that was a lullaby her mother sang to her for a long time. And for some reason, this just kind of, she just had this urge to sing it as she is cleaning her cannon, putting things together, and just trying to reminisce on the good memories that she has of Helene and the good memories that Helene would talk to her about as she would just sing very softly. And once she finished cleaning her cannon, she would calm down and the melody would slowly come to an end before she would just kind of set her cannon aside, make sure she has all of her ammo ready, her extra ammo. She would lay down, close her eyes, still just humming the same melody as she would drift off to sleep.
Chris, you're muted, buddy.
Thank you. As you sing this melody, the camera pans to the other side of the cabin, where Yvette lies faced away from you. And while you're seeing these words in her splitting headache, comatose, her lips begin to move and mimic the words subconsciously as she palms a small locket in her hand that cracks slightly open, and a crescent moon smile on a small little tiefling girl. And that's where we're going to end tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the recording. We will see you in 2 weeks to resume here and see what happens from here on out. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Good night. We'll see you next time. 2B Dice.